Ladies and gentlemen, crypto guys and gals, it's time for another day of the 6-month crypto challenge. Day 44 of 1,500 to 250K. Mr. Techie how funny. Techie doesn't sound too great today, so let's take it easy on him and make it a short one today. Mr. Techie, come on down.
Thank you very much, Mr. Romeo. Crypto Romeo there, guys, with the great introduction. As always, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
People from across the world. And hello, Jerome. I think we're going to have quite a full house, and we got Damilon joining us as well today. Hello, Damilon.
Hello. Hello, man.
Yeah, man. we got a full house. We got Jerome, we got Romeo, Damilon, Grizz, and indeed Jeff as well. And all of you guys around, thank you for joining today. So, let's have a look. Let's get down to business and shake it like Stanley Ipkiss or however the hell that track goes. Not expecting anything again, you know. It's yeah, 995.14. Well, we're having no movement. 995.14. You made $2. I think it's enough for a Big Mac. See, even when the market is shit, you can still make money in crypto and have enough to have a Big Mac or a McNuggets or whatever the hell it is that they have at McDonald's. Welcome everyone to day 44. Yesterday I promised you guys that I was going to give you a lesson, and today I had quite an insane migraine, and I ended up sleeping the majority of the day today. So I'm going to ask for forgiveness because I am unable to fulfill that promise of bringing you guys a lesson today. Unless that promise is expanding upon the corrective wave theory that we spoke about very briefly yesterday or the day before or something else. This is Bitcoin. And it has been extremely interesting because I'm going to draw these lines here. We'll put them in cyan just so that then they're kind of a different color and then they can stand out. So Bitcoin has been doing some interesting stuff, and a lot of people, a lot of TA analysts are sat there kind of scratching their heads. Well, very few actually are scratching their heads. Most of them are just stroking their egos. But a select few of TA analysts are actually saying, you know what, it is not perfectly clear what exactly is going on with Bitcoiners. And because this here with that there looks like a bear flag, i.e. we should have a beautiful breakdown and everything should be going down and blah 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 should be going down. But in actual fact it came to a point where we went from having a wedge from here to approximately there. We had a beautiful wedge and we should have broken down, but instead we broke up. Now it was after we broke up around this point here that I switched off for the day, I think. I went to take a nap, and then when I woke up from my nap, my head was just the size of King Kong, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go back to sleep again, and I did. So I do apologize to those of you who sent me DMs today and I didn't actually answer them, and those of you who tagged me in the server, and again, I didn't answer them. But let's go through with techie corrective wave theory and see if it can actually, in fact, be applied to the situation here. So we saw yesterday how we corrected this pump and dump here, okay, and we corrected it down to someone who was that? Boulder Bum saying, is it following the longer term trend line from 2017? No, I think we are still a little bit away from it. As far as the last time I checked, yes, we are still a little bit far away from it. And again, there's actually technically two trend lines from 2017, so it's actually depending which one that you use. Again, guys, this here isn't TA. You guys, I'm not a TA guy, but let's just mess around, okay? There. Okay. So now then, if we correct this one upwards, if it had in fact been going up instead of down, and then we come again and we extend our let's make them both in yeah, let's make them both in this color so that then they match, and then we know that these are the corrective wave trend lines. Okay, so if we did this, then we would have seen that we could have potentially had a break. Now obviously then there's a big giant gap here, so you wouldn't necessarily do that. However, if you do bring it a little bit lower, okay, to about there, you suddenly see a different pattern emerge. You suddenly see that instead of us actually creating a channel going up in this direction, we were actually creating one at a little bit more of an angle, okay? And you can see how then by correcting these points, we do have a slightly more kind of, if we take from here to there, we have a little bit more of a kind of went up in a channel, came back down, went up in the channel, came back down, went up in a channel, and of course, came back down. Again, this is crazy, insane theories by an insane guy on the internet. This is nothing factual at all. Do not take this as TA. Just wanted to demonstrate it to you that in actual fact we could be in a slightly thinner channel than where we currently are. Regardless. There was a massive there was a massive climb earlier, and okay, and this caught me off guard. It caught quite a few people off guard, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I think almost $300-400 in the space of 15 minutes, in the space of even just kind of 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it just pumped up really high. And it caught a lot of people off guard. And since that moment, in fact, we started to form a little flag. Why is that so? Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit and then we can show you guys here. We started to form a little flag. Okay, we had the top and the bottom there. You know, the wicks were a little bit because of the movement of the market, so I disregarded them. It then went from being that type into we don't know what it is right now. Okay, to current thinking, current ideology, current kind of thoughts are that we are currently in a flag, and we had a false break upwards out of the flag. So if I move this one, oops, if I move this one here, and it come across like that, we can still be in a flag. However, the issue is that this is a bull flag, and what happens at the end of the bull flag is that generally the bulls have a party, and then we, oops, thank you for letting me down, we climb up higher. So what is looking around on the interwebs, I did find a small group of people who actually predicted this movement here based on Elliott wave theories, and then as I looked more and more, I started to find more and more people talking about reaching this level here for Elliott wave theory. However, their predictions called for 8,700, which is all the way up here. So we are currently at the end here. The momentum is building up for us to make a move. A significant number of people are predicting a move downwards. However, there are a large number of people that are saying we will still go to 8,700. Now, thank you. Now, what will happen after we get to 8,700? So if we draw a nice line, so if we draw a nice line here at 8,700, and then we get our pen tool, and I was never really good at art. If you imagine that we get to 8,700, it is actually expected that we shall go down. Or we could potentially from here just go down. So generally overall, the majority of people still do believe that we are going down. What is the most spoken about target? It is not 3K, it is not 4K, it is not 5K, it is not 6K. It is actually just above 7K. And that, what's this line based on? I can't even remember now. It's around, oh, there we go, it's the 0.786 fib, okay? So a large number of people are expecting us to come down to approximately 7,200, and then we will have our bounce, and we will have our trend change, moving upwards towards, you know, we're going to have a trend change. We're going to go from being bearish to being bullish. So that is it. Thank you for watching. Does anyone want to share anything?
I was going to say, did someone just tally that joke?
Huh?
The thank you for watching?
I don't know.
15 minutes.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the situation. I would love to bring more detail to you guys and more certainty and stuff, but right now we have two outcomes. We move up towards 8,700 and then back down to 7,200, or we just move down towards 7,200. So that is the general ideology. And even if we are in this thinner channel, you know, a corrected channel here where we correct these peaks and these pumps and dumps and we correct them down to a kind of average level, we will still have a channel that does actually in fact support a breakdown, as well as a break up. So that is it. That is what's happening. right now. Vinok saying, Mr. Techie, stay away from sugar and aspartame, that causes migraines. Yep, I stay away from sugar and aspartame. I do occasionally have a sweet tooth, but I don't have one in general. I drink about 5 liters of water a day. So
As someone who gets chronic migraines, Vinok, everything causes migraines. So you just deal with it.
yeah, it's when they come, you're just like, okay, all right, fine. I'm not gonna argue with you, okay? But if they do get too bad, I do take some morphine, which is always fun and good. Although I haven't tried
What?
trading on morphine yet. What?
Oh no, you don't. You need don't need painkillers. You get sumatriptan, Imitrex. It'll kill a migraine in 30 minutes. It's not even a painkiller.
Oh, no. Morphine's great for me. A lot of the standard, or as Jeff says, smoke a joint. But a lot of the standard migraine medications just don't actually work for me. I have a crazy anti-pain tolerance, something, I don't know. I had a bad leg injury many years ago, and so
That's what I'm saying.
pain
It's
receptors
not
are
a
pretty
painkiller.
fucked. What is it?
It's like a neuron firing suppressor, so it stops what actually causes the migraine and doesn't actually deal with the pain.
Huh. Okay. I might have to check that out. But morphine is fun. Why would I give up on morphine?
Well, that's true too.
You know?
I have it at home as well. It helps.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm not feeling the morphine. Whoop. It's well, I'll just take a couple of extra ones, just in case, as a backup. Whee! Yeah. Loopy Lou saying, have you set a buy order? No, I have not. I will analyze and I will watch and wait. It's not going to come down in like 1 hour, guys. Don't worry about it. Are we shorting it now? I hope not. Have you seen how volatile the market has been? Do you know how many people got liquidated here? A stupid number of people got liquidated here. So yeah, it's too risky. It's a little bit too risky to just kind of try and short it here right now. Oh, Boulderbomb saying, so does staring at a screen all day. Yes, yep. Apart from the fact that I have stared at a screen for 18 hours a day for the last 20-something years of my life, and I do take precautions when it comes to screens and stuff like that. My screens all run on absolute minimum brightness. Even during the day, like they're absolute minimum brightness. So yeah, but thank you. Yeah, I have been spending. I haven't been taking as many breaks from the screen as I used to enjoy doing. So I do need to get on and do that, and yeah, and that could help. But yeah, I just have migraines that just come by every so often, and then they'll come by for 2 weeks, and then they'll disappear for a few months. It's like a shit relative that you don't want to come over and stay at your place, but they just do it, and you just like, meh. Yeah, as Kefa says, he grew up staring at a screen. I grew up, just screens everywhere around me. So yeah, take the blues out of the screen. Yep, my screen has no blues. My screen has no blues, but it's all jazz. Okay, so this here is Bitcoin. The two possible outcomes, you guys are aware now. So if you are holding coins and you are holding alts, or you're holding whatever it is, then just chill and see. If we go up towards 8,700, that's your exit point. However, if we do start to break down from here, i.e. we dip lower than approximately 84, I'll say 84.30, 84.20, then you know that we are actually heading downwards, okay? Then you know we are heading downwards towards 7,200. When we get to 7,200, you wait and you check and you look for a bounce, okay? You don't just buy at 7,200 blindly, unless you're happy doing that. I mean, but you look for a bounce. What kind of behavior do you want to see in a bounce? You come back here, you look at how it bounced around 6K, you check out the volume, you check out MACD, you check out RSI, you draw them on a piece of paper so that you memorize them properly, and then when you see a similar pattern occurring here, then you can draw it. Okay, then you can use it as your point of this here could be the drop. And if you buy in a little bit early and it still goes down a tiny little bit, don't worry about it. But 3K, this is crypto. Everything is possible. But the chances of us hitting 3K, it's more likely that Nakamoto will reveal himself this week. So maybe next week the scenario will change. But for this week, hitting 3K, you know, yeah. Look at how long it took us to drop from 18,000 down to 6,000. Okay, right now, if we were to drop down to 3K, that's 1/3 of the price of where we are. We will have a lot of time to prepare ourselves before we get anywhere close to there. So don't freak out. Don't be worried. Don't care about the hype and the bullshit and the insanity and stuff that's going on around. And let's just focus. Let's just focus on what is happening in the here and the now, and then we can trade and we can do things. So, let's see. Boulderbomb saying, even with a migraine, most chilled crypto trader ever. Oh, thank you, sir. It's, thank you. Set limits, walk away, easy peasy. Yeah, you can set the limits if you want. If you're that type of trader, you just want to set a limit and then just walk away. By all means. However, you got to understand that we won't know where the bottom actually is till we get closer to it. People basing the number 7200 in general, it's being based off of Fibonacci and Elliott wave theory. However, there is a chance, as there is always a chance, that until this part of the Elliott wave is completed, then we won't actually have a correctly accurate Elliott wave point. So there's a lot of different factors that could move this down, you know, $100 or even $200. That's why, you know, it's going to be a long time. I mean, if we have a look at this drop here, so let's take this, okay. Let's do that from that line up there down to here, okay. So let's take this line now, and imagine we dropped at exactly the same rate there. It would take us a period of 21 hours to reach 7200, and this was a relatively fast drop, guys. Okay, this here was a relatively fast drop, so it would still take us 21 hours to come back down and reach this level here. Okay, so we could even come on the stream tomorrow and we're still not even there. You know, we'll be like, okay guys, well, you know, we're 7400 right now, there's still a little way to go. So but in actual fact, looking at how everything is now, there is a big chance that we could drop lower than this. So just, you want to layer in your buys? It's entirely up to you. But just be prepared that we could drop lower, or we could completely miss your buys, or whatever it is. New FUD in about mining ban. Well, there's always FUD about FUD. There's always going to be FUD. FUD is a fact of life in the world of crypto. And so, you know, what can you do? You can't do anything really. But will that really kind of push the price down an insane amount? You never know. You kind of actually never know. John saying, I don't see anything new. I don't see anything new either. You know, there's always some FUD coming out. And yeah, we just have to wait and see and analyze the situation on a hour by hour basis. If you buy in too early, there's massive potential things could drop on you. When we get down to 7200, we could realize actually 7200 isn't the bottom. That's going to be our new top. And then you would have bought in from 7400 all the way down to 7200, and it's going to be weeks before we get back up to 7400. So that's why, personally, for me, I prefer to reanalyze the situation, especially when we've got such a massive time frame. You know, if this was tomorrow and we were kind of at 7400 or 7350, and we had said, yeah, there's a big chance right now that 7200 is still the absolute bottom, then yeah, by all means, layer in the buys and go to sleep. But with such a massive time frame, yeah, unless you have absolute confidence in your TA and your calls, then it's entirely up to you. You are free people. There's nobody holding a big connect to your head. All right, guys, questions. Anyone have a question? Question, ladies and gentlemen. Question. Any question here? No questions on the left, no questions on the right. If you got a question, please tag me. If you're on YouTube, please put capital letter Q. Exciting times. Oh, Santi Bitcoin. Just look at the size of these beautiful wicks. Yeah, I have kind of inflated it a bit. It's like dramatic effect. Look at the size of these wicks, man. Bitcoin's been going crazy. Wow. Yeah. No, thank you. Mr. Techie, if we do hit 7k, how much morphine will one BTC be worth? How much morphine? I gotta convert it from the tablets that I have into it won't be too much actually. I could probably pick up a couple of Bitcoin with the amount of morphine that I keep around here. Jeff saying, which gel you use in your hair? I use coconut oil. Coconut oil, best gel, especially in winter, because you put it on when you're indoors and it's all kind of silky smooth and stuff, and then you go out and then the coconut oil freezes and then everything's just like pure, like hard, and it's like quite fun. And then you jump in the car and you switch on the heating in the car, and as you're driving, you know, these little drops of coconut oil start streaming down your face, then you can't see where you're going, then you end up wiping it on the windshield, and yeah. Kefa saying, question, when crypto coins die, do they go, do they party with BitConnect? Oh, that's an epic one. Oh, goodness me. Oh, God.
Well, that's the thing, you know. We have to laugh because everything is so depressive. It's good to smile and have a laugh.
Yep, I do agree. Definitely, it's essential to laugh. In fact, I actually made a trade today, and I lost quite a bit of money. And I was just like,
why did you do
I was
it?
just like, oh, Bitcoin, you bitch! What the fuck are you doing? I know
I bet you that a lot of people lost some money on that fucking rise of Bitcoin.
A lot of people, man. The wrecked bot by what's it called? These guys. I went and I checked it out, and it was filled. Let's go and see. What I can't remember how many hours ago was it.
That's why I don't touch that shit, man. It's so much manipulation that it's just insane.
When was this? Come on. There we go. So we want to look at 11 hours ago.
Jackie,
Yes.
you need a beer.
Beer. I don't drink beer. Well, I do, but I don't. But I do. But
You need morphine.
huh? Yeah, I need more morphine. Give me the morphine. Yeah. Okay. So it seems that they're actually kind of erased now, or I don't know what happens.
Just check the time on the.
Yeah, but
it doesn't
it's-
matter.
it doesn't go
Basically,
back
there was
that
a lot
far.
of people wrecked.
An insane amount of people got wrecked today. Insane
For a lot of
amount
money,
got
yeah.
wrecked. Like, guys, I can't even explain it to you. The bot was just going absolutely insane. So it was really funny. Loopy Lou saying, where were you born? Your accent confuses me. I'm a Londoner, born, bred and butter, mate. Question, 5 mil, one posted in Discord chat. 5 mil, one posted in Discord chat. What do you mean? Oh, the wrecked ones, yeah. Yeah, I posted one earlier. I can't remember where actually. I saw a nice fancy big one, and I was like, wee, that was nice. Let me find it, just for continuity's sake, because I did post it somewhere else, and it seems like I can't find it anymore. Okay, I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere in some random server for some random audience of people. But yeah, there were some pretty big ones. Obviously, some people lost a shit ton of money, because even if you are using 100 times leverage on 5 million, that's still $50,000. Sorry, it's not $50,000, is it? It's $100,000. With wait, what am I talking about? No, it is $50,000. $50,000. If you were using 100 times leverage, you know, your order of what's it called? So still $50,000. Even if you manage to get into the very few select of people who can actually get all the way up to 200 x with a very high risk limit in order to achieve that amount of money, you're still looking at $25,000 gone in the space of 2 seconds. So yeah, that was amazing. What happened to Litecoin 3 hours ago? No idea what happened to Litecoin 3 hours ago. I don't know. You want to tell me? Loopy Lou saying, question, flying back to the UK for World Cup in June. The World Cup isn't in the UK though, the World Cup is in Russia. If you are looking for somewhere to stay in Russia, I know I have people who have apartments in both, not in Moscow, but in Sochi, right next to the stadium, and in Samara, another host city. I was considering going out there, but then I realized that I don't actually really follow football. But I will be following the World Cup and watching it at home when it's on. So, yeah. Question: what is your spirit animal? I don't know. Someone asked me that. We calculated it, and yeah, I can't remember. Not dragon. Knowing me, it's probably monkey riding on the back of Bitcoin or something like that. Something like that. I thought Litecoin was stable, but what the fuck? No, nothing is stable right now. Nothing is stable. Please, guys, do not fall under the illusion that any coin right now is stable. Nothing is stable. Genuinely. Okay? So, it's, yeah. Be very careful. Be very cautious. If you enter into a trade, you got to keep one eye on Bitcoin, and you got to keep one hand on the cancel the trade button. So, just, you know, the other eye and the other hand can do anything. You can be watching kitties online and playing with your toes if you really wanted to. But one eye on Bitcoin and one hand on the cancel button, and that's it. Okay? Then you can be considered safe. That is very, very interesting, Monsieur Bitcoin. What are you doing? We are having the volume. The volume is really declining here. The volume really going down. Holy moly. RSI, literally right in the middle, 50. Freaking RSI. So we have declining volume. We have RSI at 50. We have MACD that just has this beautiful wide gap here. Like, look at that. It's almost perfect on the histogram. However, even though you know, the chart up here has kind of been relatively stable, we do have definitely it's coming down. It's coming down here. It's coming down on volume, and as you guys can very clearly see, unless you kind of, you know, you're not looking, it's coming down here as well. What does that mean? We're gonna have to wait and see. Yes, we are gonna have to wait and see, because frankly, I'm not gonna make a call on this because Bitcoin has been defying it's been defying recently. So yeah, I'm just going to monitor and just see and check it out and see what's happening. Just look at Litecoin, please. That work of a dump. Look at yeah. Russian. Just look at Litecoin, please.
Look at Lisk. They had a good movement today because they had shit coming out.
Okay.
Went up 20%.
LTC USDT. Russian. But I don't see anything strange here. I don't see anything strange here at all. In fact, I see another possible application of corrective wave theory, but I don't see Litecoin's at 168. Are you talking about this bit here? If you're talking about this bit here, then you need to have another look at the Bitcoin chart. What time was that? Look at the bottom here. That there was at 2:15 UTC plus 1. I come here, let me change this here to UTC plus 1, so they're on the same time zone. Look at that time at the bottom, 2:15. 2:15. Litecoin did nothing out of the ordinary. Bitcoin pumped, Litecoin pumped. Bitcoin dumped, Litecoin dumped. This is why, guys, you need to be very careful. Yes, there is a slight difference between the charts, but you need to be careful when you're entering these trades. And that's why I said you got to have one eye on Bitcoin and one hand on the exit button. And if you're really uncomfortable, you have two eyes on Bitcoin, one hand on the exit all button and the other hand holding your crown jewels, because it gets painful. So just that's it. You satisfied now, Jerome? I was just about to say I needed that hand. Right. Okay, this was... Any other questions, guys? Anyone here? Hello?
Check Lisk.
Lisk. I'm going to have a quick look at Lisk. I don't know. Binance. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Are you making a... Okay.
Had some news coming out today.
Sure. Sure. You could potentially expect a wave 3, I would say. You know, if it's just repeating the same damn pattern over and over again, then you could just you could expect a wave 3. You guys can see there. You know, it's you know, triangles, and then if you have a look here, let me show you that there is a circle, and we can actually make it now an oval. Right there, and you just highlight a random bit on the chart, and then you can just come here and you can write a note, and it says random bit, watch out. Damn keyboard. This happens sometimes. My fingers get all sloppy. No, this is a joke, but this does actually look a bit like Bitcoin. Just ignore it. Yeah, you had a massive major pump earlier. Then you had the correction after the pump. It went into forming a triangle, and then you had another breakout from that triangle and coming back down again. These guys are essentially mini-me's. You know, this one here is a smaller version of this. You could potentially see another breakout upwards, but don't expect it to go too high. You know, don't expect it to go too high. But if you're happy with your profits, then just pull out now. Just take your profits now and be happy, because it could also break down. If Bitcoin right now, which is the current expected plan, if Bitcoin does go, then you can also expect Lisk to go. So, you know, just take it easy, guys. Don't stress. Don't worry too much about things. This one here actually didn't quite move when Bitcoin moved. It could be because it was due to pump and it was already building momentum. So, but it did pump a little bit later on. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. Any other questions? Let's see. Ouch. Oh, 2 coins, 1 cup. Hey, 2 coins, 1 cup. Boulderbomb saying, how does BTC look with your Bollinger Bands and 55 EMA theory? That's a very good question. Let's hide everything. it's not actually my Bollinger Band and EMA theory. It is just the Bollinger Band and the EMA theory. They are not mine, but so okay. Oh bollocks! And we're going down. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We broke down, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh.
Yeah. We will.
It's okay. It's alright, guys. Don't try to catch it. Never try to catch a falling knife. Says Techie as he clicks FOMO button. Alright, don't try to catch a falling knife. It'll slice right through your hand. Abalukas. Yeah, so there we go. That answers your question then. Essentially what happened was when we broke up, we broke through our 55 and our Bollinger Band moving average. We pierced the actual Bollinger Band up here, and then we went sideways. We entered into a very tight phase over here with Bitcoin, and it just got tighter and tighter. We were restricted. We were held down by the upper Bollinger Band, as you can see here. It did not break above it. And then we had the lower Bollinger Band wall providing support here as well. Let's zoom in a little bit more just so you guys can get a better idea. Okay, and you can see that we did try to wick through a couple of times, but they failed. We did try to break down a couple of times, but they failed. And it wasn't until here where we got enough momentum to be able to break down through the Bollinger Band as well as the 55 EMA. Okay, so we actually broke down through two, and currently, surprise, surprise, Bitcoin just literally dropped from 84.90 down to 83.50, so that's $150 in the space of, looking at it now, 4 minutes so far. 4 minutes since this drop started. Where is the bottom? We don't know, but there will be a bottom somewhere. There has to always be a bottom. You know, it's even Hawkins knows that in crypto there are no black holes. So yeah, we will have to see how this goes, and how everything works out, and how Bitcoin progresses, and how we can progress as a human society. We need to progress. We need to proceed in a level of growth. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions here? I don't see any other questions. Hey Techie, how was your day? I don't know. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know how the day was. Very, very interesting movement right now by Bitcoiners. We can see RSI instantly took a massive hit. Instantly dipped down. No, it's okay. You can stay here a bit. Actually, leave and then come back so it can dip again. 2 coins, 1 cup. Do you know what time it is in Asia? What time is it in Asia? World body. Singapore, 7:41 a.m.
Yeah, that's why the market is. Like Beijing is 7:41 and Tokyo is 8:42, so
okay,
that's why the market's going down.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. We will have to see. It's tank time. Yep. Tank time indeed. All right, guys. Any other questions? Because this was just meant to be a short stream, and whenever we say we're going to do a short stream, it ends up being a long stream, and then whenever we don't say we're going to do a short stream, you know, yeah, we end up shorting. So any other questions, or anyone on the server here with me want to say something or speak about something or share something?
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Is it St. Patrick's Day?
Coming up this weekend.
Oh, okay. We'll have to remember, and then we can do a St. Patrick's themed.
Are you going out, Chris?
Oh, I just stocked up on Irish whiskey at the liquor store. It was all on sale.
Did you got some beers?
I got wine and whiskey. I'm gonna live on the edge tonight.
Oh, nice.
We got a question here saying, do you know the way? I know the way, but I do not have a queen, so I do not clap for her. 5-hour stream time went up quite. Yeah. I remember that. Do you remember that, Damilon, where we were like, yeah, just a quick stream, we're gonna watch BTC, and then we ended up going for like 6 hours or something crazy like that.
I think I came back from something and I thought that you'd accidentally left your stream going, and I'm like, hey man, did you know you're still live?
Yeah. Oh god, that was an interesting time. Mind telling us we cannot pass, make it convincing. You shall not pass.
With the echo, Techie, with the echo.
Wasn't that enough for you guys? Okay, hold on. Wait, is that the correct one? Oh no, okay, that explains why. Hold on. No, it should have been the right one. You shall not pass. I don't know whether the echo worked there. I can't work it out. It's like yeah, Robo Techie. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so you know, we said to you guys what the target should be, or where the target would be. So yeah, just don't worry too much about it. Let's watch here, okay? Whenever Bitcoin has this kind of, it's not really that big of a drop. You know, it's a tiny weeny peeny deeny drop. We've already gone on to the next candle now. So we could see a situation like this where we had a drop. Although the way to compare them is look at the size of the wick. Okay, we are in a cruel world where where candles are judged by the size of their wicks. So you can see here we had a candle that came all the way down, retraced, it's got a big wick, and then we just had some sideways movement afterwards. Okay, this one here didn't have a big wick, and it continued to drop. This one here didn't have a big wick, and it continued to drop. This one here had a little wick, and they felt sorry for him, so they continued to drop. This one here, big candle, they're going, and that can kind of potentially help give you a rougher idea of where things may potentially go. But you know, this is that's that. Size matters when it comes to candles. It does. When it comes to candles, it does. Yeah, were we expecting a bounce? I don't think we're expecting a bounce. We could expect some sideways movement with yet another flag. You know, suddenly Bitcoin wants to be the representative of the United Nations. You know, with all the different flags and everything. So let it do its shit. Let it get on with its stuff. You know, it's currently suffering from some crazy illness. We got to give it a little bit of space. So yeah, let's see. Let's just watch and see, and then we can work things out, and we can, yeah, that's it essentially. What are we talking about, guys? Tiny wicks are bouncing. We're talking about tiny wicks and bouncing. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have that small of a wick, you know. Don't. It's okay. It's actually a relative. It's okay. I mean, that size of wick does tell me that we should see more. I'll tell you why. This is how you judge the wick. Okay, this is how you actually judge and measure the wick. Okay. Essentially, you have a point down here. Okay. That is where the candle reached. In fact, it was almost at the bottom of this blue channel. Oh God, hold on. Mamma mia. That is interesting. So guys, we're still in this channel. We could still go anywhere. We could still go back up. We could still go sideways, and we could still do anything right now. But that is a pain in the ass. Okay, fuck it with a bucket. Doesn't matter. So you will see that the candle came down to here, and it met a lot of support. And because it met a lot of support, it bounced back up slightly. So that's what this here represents. And if you want to have a look at a different time frame, 5 minutes for example, you can see that it came down just as we looked at 15 minutes. A nice solid candle, new candle, came down, bounced and went back up. And in fact, if you go down into a smaller time frame, where's the wick? Ah, there's the wick. It's on this candle here. So you can see it came down here, retraced a bit. This candle here started up. It came down, bounced off of the line and closed back where it started. And then these two new candles here are now moving downwards in a lower trajectory potato situation. How strong is that support? It's not. It's not really a support. It's just a made-up trend line based on previous points of the day, and it's not even that accurate because it was roughly drawn very, very fast. So how accurate is it? Yeah. How long's a piece of string? You know, depending on which time frame you look at, it can provide different levels of accuracy. So that is the current situation. It's a sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It is sad. It's so sad. Why can't it just take off now? Always seems to me Bitcoin has the final word. Alright, that was in reference to an Elton John song, for those of you who are not old enough to know who Elton John is. Could this be a dump to manipulate the 4-hour candle? It could be. Right at this minute, anything is possible. So yeah. Yeah, it's 8.2 as well on Binance, 8287. So, but again, it's coming back down. It's testing this line and it's failing. It's retracing. Coming back down, testing this line, failing and retracing. So if we actually have a look at the oh, it scared me there for a second. If we actually come and have a look at the order books, we can actually see that there is oh, that's not enough. Come on. Yeah, there's actually not that much support in the immediate vicinity. However, when we come down to 8250, that's when we suddenly get a nice big jump in support. So let's see how it goes. Wait, where did I say that was? 8250. Yep, 8250, which is exactly here. So around this section here, where these wicks came down, that is where we have our giant wall of support, as you can see in the chart over here. I always say one indicator is non-indicator. Bitcoin, Smitcoin. Any other questions? Any other comments? Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in this very fine evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for pressing the thumbs up button down below. I know you did it already. I know I don't need to ask. You've already done it because you appreciate the work of the team here. Joined today by Mr. Romeo, Mr. Jerome, Mr. Danilon, Mr. Grizz, and Mr. Jeff. Thank you to all of them. It's nice to have the full team back in swing. And yeah, and Jerome finally, I think fixed his mic. Is that right?
I did.
Yeah, epic. So it's amazing, guys. The one time before when his mic worked was an actually very interesting comment. that I think we're gonna have to do a video probably at the end of the challenge with like the bloopers, or the things that kind of went maybe a little bit oops. I don't know whether we'll be bothered to do that though. We've got too much video footage to work through, but yeah, that would definitely be, I think, #1 spot so far. Yeah, guys, just relax. Let's see now. So now you guys know 8250. There's big. Okay. Yep, still at 8250. There's big walls. There's big walls, and I say big, relatively large. It's probably only about 60 or 70 Bitcoin on Binance. However, you got to accumulate between all of the exchanges, and at the end of the day, when Bitcoin gonna move, ain't no wall gonna stand in its way. So you just got to keep that in mind, you know. You just got to really genuinely keep that in mind, that any support level could very easily be broken like a twig. But right now, there is still potential that we will bounce off of a line around here and proceed to have a little bit more upward momentum. I think maybe that won't support the Elliott wave theories or Elliott wave theorem. So it's more likely that we should see some sideways movement before a further drop. And that's it. Let's see. Any other questions? I do not see any other questions on the tube, and I do not see any other questions on the Discord. So guys, have a great evening. Be sure to stay up to date. And if you do find some interesting technical analysis, feel free to post it on the server so other people can read it and make use of it. Personally, for me, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to let this shit work itself out, and then I'm going to wake up feeling good. And I'm going to sing to myself, you know, and I'm going to have a party in my head, because, you know, when you have a migraine, just have a party. It's the same shit. Technically, you have a party because of the drugs you're on. But yeah, that's it. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you're not on the Discord server, please join the Discord server. I got to do this very fast. It's like one of those adverts, isn't it? All terms and conditions apply. Blah, blah, blah. Join the Discord server. The link is in the video description. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the video and activate the notifications so that you get notified as we go live as well. Follow us on Twitter so you can also get important updates, and follow us on the Discord server where you can get every single little... And I will also be online various times during the day. Thank you for joining, and we will see you all tomorrow. Please fasten your seatbelts, and we will be arriving at Profit Airport at some point in the future. Thank you. Alright, guys. From me and the team, I'm gonna give the team a minute to say, you know, goodbye, maybe.
Goodbye.
Unless, does someone want to add anything, guys?
Tot ziens.
No?
I got nothing.
No,
Damilon?
nothing, man.
Damilon is not in the way. Okay. All right, guys. Then good night. Good night from all of us here. You already heard Grizz and Jeff say good night. Damilon, I guess he's shouting good night right now, but he's probably got some mic trouble. Jerome, good night, Jerome. Okay.
Night,
Take care,
guys.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.